The Southern Conference is a collegiate athletic conference affiliated with the National Collegiate Athletic Association. Division I Southern Conference football teams compete in the Football Championship subdivision. Member institutions are located in the states of Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. The Southern Conference ranks as the fifth oldest major college athletic conference in the United States. Only the Big Ten, Missouri Valley, Pac-12, and Southwestern Athletic conferences are older. The SoCon was the first conference to use the three-point field goal in basketball in a November 29, 1980 game at Western Carolina against Middle Tennessee State University, where Ronnie Carr shot the historic shot from 22 feet away and the Catamounts won 77-70. The Southern Conference is considered one of the stronger football conferences in the Football Championship subdivision and is considered a mid-major conference in basketball. It has also garnered considerable national attention from its recent success in these sports, in particular, former member, three-time Division I NCAA football champion Appalachian State Mountaineers, who stunned the fifth-ranked Michigan Wolverines 34-32 on September 1, 2007. From the Davidson Wildcats, who reached the Elite Eight in the 2008 NCAA Men's Division I basketball tournament by upsetting power programs Gonzaga, Georgetown, and Wisconsin. More recently, the six-time Division I NCAA football champion Georgia Southern Eagles stunned Southeastern Conference powerhouse Florida Gators 26-20 in the Swamp on November 23, 2013, the first loss to a lower division opponent in the Florida program's history. The SoCon also frequently sees multiple teams selected to participate in the NCAA Division I baseball championship. History: talks of a new conference for Southern athletics had started as early as fall of 1920. The conference was formed on February 25, 1921 in Atlanta as 14 member institutions split from the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Southern Conference charter members were Alabama, Auburn, Clemson, Georgia, Georgia Tech, Kentucky, Maryland, Mississippi State, North Carolina State, Tennessee, Virginia, Virginia Tech, and Washington and Lee. In 1922, 6 more universities Florida, LSU, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tulane, and Vanderbilt joined the conference. The first year of competition for the conference was in 1922, effective January 1. The new rules banned freshman play. Later additions included Swanee, Virginia Military Institute, and Duke. The SoCon is particularly notable for having spawned 2 other major conferences. In 1932, the 13 schools located south and west of the Appalachians, Tennessee, Tulane, and Vanderbilt, all departed the SoCon to form the Southeastern Conference. In 1953, 7 additional schools withdrew from the SoCon to form the Atlantic Coast Conference. The SEC and ACC have gone on to surpass their parent conference in prestige. While the SEC and ACC are considered power conferences in Division I FBS, the SoCon dropped to Division I AA in 1982, 4 years after the top division was split into 2 levels in 1978. The SoCon became the first league to hold a postseason basketball tournament to decide a conference champion. Although first played in 1921, it did not become official until 1922, and in its first few years included teams which were not conference members. Held at the Municipal Auditorium in Atlanta from February 24 to March 2, 1922, the first meeting was won by North Carolina, who defeated non-member Mercer in the finals 40-25. The SoCon basketball tournament continues as the nation's oldest conference tournament. The next oldest tournament overall is the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament, founded in 1933, but that event was suspended after its 1952 edition and did not resume until 1979. With the demise of the Division II West Virginia Intercollegiate Athletic Conference in 2013, whose tournament had been continuously held since 1936, the next oldest conference tournament in continuous existence is now the ACC Men's Basketball Tournament, first held in 1954. Member schools. Current members equals. The all-sports membership changed to 10 schools in 2014 following the departure of Appalachian State, Davidson, Elon, and Georgia Southern, plus the arrival of East Tennessee State, Mercer, and VMI. The current football membership stands at 8. UNC Greensboro does not sponsor football, while ETSU, which relaunched its previously dormant football program in 2015, is playing that season as an independent before joining SoCon football. Associate members equals. On January 9, 2014, the SoCon and Atlantic Sun Conference announced a new alliance in lacrosse that took effect with the 2014 Euro 15 school year. Under its terms, sponsorship of men's lacrosse shifted from the ASUN to the SoCon, while women's lacrosse sponsorship remained with the ASUN. Bellarmine, which had announced it would join the ASUN for men's lacrosse for the 2015 season, instead joined the SoCon. Former members equals. Membership timeline equals. Full members Other conference, due to space limitations, one portion of Washington and Lee's affiliation history is not indicated in the table. In 1958, W&L stopped awarding athletics scholarships. From then until 1962, it was an independent in what was then the NCAA College Division. Sports. The Southern Conference sponsors championship competition in 11 men's and 9 women's NCAA-sanctioned sports. 5 schools are associate members for wrestling. Under a cooperative agreement with the Atlantic Sun Conference, the SoCon began sponsoring men's lacrosse in the 2014 Euro 15 school year with 3 full members and 4 associates. Women's lacrosse is sponsored by the ASUN. SoCon men's lacrosse has since the added Air Force. Men-sponsored sports by school notes, lacrosse associate members Air Force, Bellarmine, High Point, Jacksonville, and Richmond. NJIT was not officially announced as a future lacrosse member when it joined the Atlantic Sun Conference in 2015, but is likely to join due to the ASUN-SoCon lacrosse partnership. Wrestling associate members Appalachian State, Campbell, Davidson, Gardner-Webb, and SIU Edwardsville. East Tennessee State will relaunch its dormant football program in 2015, but will play that season as an FCS independent before eventually joining SoCon football. Men's varsity sports not sponsored by the Southern Conference which are played by SoCon schools, notes, one rifle is technically a men's sport, but men's, women's, and co-ed teams all compete against each other. The Citadel fields men's and women's teams. VMI hosts men's, women's, and co-ed teams. And Wofford fields a single co-ed team. Women's sponsored sports by school women's varsity sports not sponsored by the Southern Conference which are played by SoCon schools, notes, one rifle is technically a men's sport, but men's, women's, and co-ed teams all compete against each other. The Citadel fields men's and women's teams. VMI fields all 3 types of teams. And Wofford fields a single co-ed team. Facilities. Conference champions. Football equals. This is a partial list of the last 10 champions. For the full history, see List of Southern Conference football champions. Plus denote loser of the head-to-head battle between co-champions. See also, College football All-Southern team. Men's basketball equals. This is a partial list of the last 10 champions. For the full history, see List of Southern Conference men's basketball champions. The Southern Conference split into a divisional format for basketball beginning with the 1994 Euro 95 season. However, the divisional format was abandoned beginning with the 2013 Euro 14 season. Women's basketball equals. This is a partial list of the last 10 tournament champions. For the full history, see Southern Conference women's basketball tournament. Baseball equals. This is a partial list of the last 10 champions. For the full history, see Southern Conference baseball tournament. Commissioners and German Cups. The Commissioners and German Cups are awarded each year to the top men's and women's program in the conference. The Commissioners' Cup was inaugurated in 1970. The German Cup, named for former Southern Conference Commissioner Ken German, was first awarded in 1987. The completion of the 2013-2014 athletic season saw Appalachian State winning its 33rd Commissioner's Cup and Furman its 13th German Cup. See also, Southern Conference Hall of Fame, list of NCAA conferences, former members. References. External links, official website.